Alright, you got me. Suspense is killing me. I gotta start a little bit early. Howdy. The status of the vacation house is that the house itself is done, but I need to still decorate the inside. Add like a seating area, some more furnaces and things like that. So, let's see. I have my iron. I did not make a... Oh, well, that's a problem. Oof. Anyways, bucket. That's what I wanted to make. Yeah, there we go. Let's do something like that. Yesterday was a nice relaxing day. But unfortunately it was raining and crap. You know, it rained for a good portion of the day. Which sucks. I hate the rain a lot. It definitely does not go well with my seasonal depression, or depending on how you look at it, it goes all too well with my seasonal depression. Oh, okay, never mind. There's my cat, I guess. She was hiding behind the bed. I didn't expect this. Yeah, yesterday we actually, my dad started letting me take the initiative on cooking and baking stuff. Yesterday we made some cookies, chocolate chip cookies, and my dad was like, "I'm just gonna be the sous chef for this one. You know, I'm gonna let you do all the main stuff. I'll just, bring stuff out." And put stuff back and all that stuff. And the cookies turned out amazing, so I guess I have a knack for baking and whatnot. There was one thing that I already knew, but was reiterated very nicely in that little exercise of baking and fun goodness, is that cooking and baking are really just an exercise in following directions. Which makes it pretty easy. That's not what I meant to do. I'm dumb. There we go. Very good. Basic farm enclosure. My dad and I were talking last night as we were baking the cookies and stuff, and the key thing that we did differently this time than he had been doing the other times, he was actually kind of puzzling over why lately, when he made cookies and stuff, it was like they weren't as soft as he wanted them to be, right? Usually with the chocolate chip cookie, you like it to be nice and soft and gooey, so you feel the chocolate like melting in your mouth and stuff. And what we kind of discovered was that, first, it probably helped to use butter instead of vegetable oil. I think butter made them considerably better this time around. Made them a bit smoother. And also, I think he said this, and I didn't really notice it until he pointed it out. But like, when you're stirring the cookie dough, cookie batter, there's a step where you have to like gradually add some flour salt mixture, like a little bit at a time. And he said he had been doing it like a little bit more quickly, like all at once, and I had been doing it very slowly and very meticulously, even though it made my arm a lot more tired, probably because I had to mix a lot more, and so that it ended up being a lot smoother, a lot softer, gooier, kind of how you would want a chocolate chip cookie to be, I guess. So that was a ton of fun, and I had one last night. I had one today after lunch, enjoying the fruits of my labor. Very nice, very nice. And that was probably the highlight of my day yesterday, even though it happened pretty late in the day. Squeaker, what are you... Oh my god, my cat. Dang it, she's being annoying. I'll be right back. Enjoy the music, I guess. Holy shit, it's a really nice day out today. I should take a walk or something after stream. But yeah, that was like, that made my day yesterday. That was really nice. Even though it happened late in the day. It was real good. Torch. 1, 2. Easy. Sorry, I'm out of breath. Had to whisk my cat out of my room. Just like a whisk with the fucking like you would whisk a bowl of batter or something. I don't know. I have cooking on the brain right now. Yeah. Let me take this wood and make some more chests with it so I can fill out this room. Right? Like so. I think that's fine for the storage room down here. And then upstairs is going to be another one. I have an idea of what I want to do with this back wall here. I think I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one in the middle. And then same with that, like, area up there. Probably for, like, the important stuff. And the tools, and the, and maybe even the building blocks. This might just be more of like a pantry area down here. Let's make some more. Oh wow, that was exactly enough. Look at that. So now we have the armory done. That's good. And the pantry. I think my first trip out is just going to be to get some more wood. As well as to have a bucket of water on hand for when I go exploring later. And this wood I'm not going to be using really to build anything. I'm going to be using it just for, well, partly for exploration purposes, but also partly for fuel. See, when you get deep enough into the Minecraft world, coal doesn't spawn anymore. So that led to, actually in one of my earlier streams, me having a very large deficit of torches. So the charcoal meta is very strong in this this Minecraft world here. You know, there was one thing I had wanted to mention for a few days. I forgot about it on the other streams because fucking cops can't go 5 minutes without executing an unarmed black person. Put some chairs, seating area down here. But that is unfortunately not the end of it. There was another state which fucking, of course, that had a similar patriotic education thing. The state of Florida. And if anybody has seen the movie Matilda, you may recognize this, and you might like have to do even a mental double take. Florida has the Florida governor has ordered the removal of all books from school classrooms and libraries. They are instituting a policy where by default every book is banned in schools until such time that the governor or the I guess the Department of Education, who answers to the governor, it's part of the executive branch, specifically examines that book and then allows it for use in school. Which means any book that hints at a world that the conservatives would disagree with, or any book that hints at there being anything that could be improved on in America, anything that hints at the existence of gay people, will be banned pretty instantly. They'll just kind of like drop it from review, and it'll be on the do not allow book list. A lot of times conservatives will say like literally 1984, or people on the left will say in jest literally 1984. This is exactly the strategy in the book 1984 that the State Ministry of Truth used as a sort of propagandizing strategy. By controlling what information people are exposed to, you control the not even just acceptable but comprehensible range of thought. You know, for a lot of people, there are some changes that, you know, a socialist would advocate or a social democrat would advocate that they don't advocate, simply for the reason that it never occurred to them that that was a thing that existed or was possible. And that is the main objective of this move in Florida to ban these books, is not just to remove them from what is considered acceptable political discourse, but just to remove certain ideas from what people would even think of. Another long-winded politics rant from yours truly. Oh wow, look at that. And this is almost done. See, look, for only 8 coal, I now have 64 charcoal, a full stack. So I will now put this in the chest up here as my fuel reserves. Ooh, and since I'm adventuring, I'll bring this. My pioche de vitesse. My pickaxe of speed. Yeah, look at me. I'm all full armored up. Now, let's go looking for a cave to explore. To find some stuff. Yay, coal. I would be very happy to get coal for Christmas in Minecraft. As would anyone, I think. Nice, steady supply of fuel for all furnace-related activities. Or for torches. Torches are a great resource. You know, I've seen a lot of people actually start using alternatives to torches in their builds. Now that there's, like, lanterns and there's a lot more customization features with respect to, like, what you can do with glowstone or redstone lamps or whatever. You know, I don't see a ton of people using torches anymore, but they're so easy and, like, kind of the default option for me. Is it already getting nighttime? Well, I guess I'll spend a minute down here just mining out some cobblestone for another furnace and probably another pickaxe when the time comes. Some other stuff. Cobblestone is a very valuable resource. Like, seriously, look at this. Oh, yeah, it feels great to have this, like, open space. You know, come up here. I don't know what I would do to decorate the bedroom. That's not true. I know exactly what I would do. It would be purely decorative and not really serve any function. But I know something that would be really cool. Things are coming together. Alright, so we got the furnaces. Just put these right here. Look at that. Now that's a full complement of kitchen appliances. There we go. And now what I'm gonna do is make a sign. Do something like this. Oh, it gives me 3? Nice. It's kind of Minecraft world. What I'm gonna actually do, I think, is move this over by 1. And do this. So I can have... Oh. I can have a couch. Aha! Yeah. A couch. I'm gonna make this a double bed, I think, eventually. In fact, let me just put this bed there right now. Oh, but you know what I need for that? I need blue dye. Okay, so I guess that's extra incentive for me to go adventuring underground. And I think just back to the caves, back to the adventure at hand. Tell you just so your brain can process everything that just happened. I finished up decorating the interior of my house for the most part, and I created some farms. And now I'm going to go caving, so I can hopefully find lapis lazuli, so I can dye my bed blue, or dye another bed blue, and have a double bed, so it can feel like a very nice, you know, bedroom with a king-size bed or something. If you were a podcast just playing Minecraft, you would listen. Oh, bro. Thank you for the compliment. And, you know, it's tried to set up my stream so that if you wanted to just listen, you can do that, and that's still some good content, you know? It's an entire half of the experience, right? I was like, you know, as is the case for a lot of live streams, I guess you miss out on some stuff by watching and by not watching, like, inevitably, because there's gameplay happening and whatever. But I think really the commentary can really make a stream.
Golpéame, gracias por terminar mi sufrimiento.
Maybe. Oh, skeleton. Hello. Well, now I have a bow. That's cool. That's very, very considerate of that skeleton to just drop his bow for me. Yeah, I remember. Okay, this is the place where there was like a lot of iron and stuff. Kind of narrow here, but I think it opens up over this way. There's a skeleton. Oh, I love this kind of cave generation, dude. They're like a little bit claustrophobic, but there's no real danger because it's in Minecraft. In the real world, I'm quite claustrophobic. Most likely clinically so. I'm sure you could clinically diagnose that in a certain way. And the problem is especially bad in caves. I remember there's been some occasions where I've gone caving in real life and had some run-ins with claustrophobia there, because you've got the entire weight of a mountain above you, you've got the whole rest of the planet below you, and there's just this tiny pocket of air where you happen to exist, and if something goes wrong, then bye-bye Y2K, no more of me. Oh, there's more down here? That's cool. Oh, I hear that zombie. Hello. You and the server owner will talk some back and forth. We're playing on making the entire world for a Minecraft server. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you telling me about this the other day. Every plane can be any country or Antarctica that they want. There will be war, peace, trades, empires, pact, and special structures, powers, and resources for each country. Be really big, and you're going to be the builder of the server. That sounds like a really cool project, and I wish you the best of luck with that. That seems like quite the undertaking, creating an entire world with like a geopolitics system in Minecraft. That sounds like such a cool project. Can't wait to see how it turns out. Can't wait for everybody to go to war with each other and start griefing. Penguin Empire of Antarctica. What's funny is that Antarctica is the one place on Earth that basically the entire world recognizes is off limits to nation states. No country is allowed to lay claim to Antarctica, and I get the strong suspicion that's just because there is nothing there that anybody would really want in a nation building sense. Although there is a tremendous amount of scientific potential for study on the continent of Antarctica. I remember back in high school, this is a little story, meandering story of mine. I took a physics class in 11th grade, so junior year of high school, and for a considerable amount of the class, my physics teacher had to be absent because she was going with a physics research team to McMurdo Station in Antarctica. And so there was like a long-term substitute teacher who was also a physics teacher who filled in for her. And the substitute showed us, well, I say the substitute. The long-term substitute teacher showed us a bunch of pictures. Yeah, and they renounced those claims. There's there are science stations that kind of sort of belong to countries, but really they're like international projects. But yeah, she would send pictures so that we could see updates from what she was doing in Antarctica. And the thing is, it was in December and January, so this means it was Southern Hemisphere summer, so they had 24-hour daylight in Antarctica. The sun never set down there. And she actually sent us a picture from 11:59 p.m. and it looked like it was 10 in the morning. I was like, oh my god. And she said, yeah, you know, we have this this system where you put up, you basically board up your window in your room so you can go to sleep. Because when your brain sees that the sun is out, it's like, your brain's like, oh, it's daytime. It's not the time to sleep right now. So they had to do that to go to sleep. Yeah. And by that same token, at the North Pole, they had 0 hours of sunlight. So, like, anybody doing research in the very northern bits of Canada, or, you know, in the northern parts of Greenland or whatever, it would have been night all the time for them. So it would have, like, that caused its own problems of, you know, paranoia and such. You know, but she was, what she was studying there, were these subatomic particles called neutrinos. And they are so small, these particles are so small, that it starts getting very, like, weird to determine whether they're actually particles or whether they're waves that look like particles. You know? And they were testing to see if they were, like, how fast they were, and also, I think that, like, if you detect neutrinos on Earth, you can look to where those neutrinos came from to be like, oh, this is where there was, like, a bunch of gravity waves and stuff like that. So maybe there's a black hole or a neutron star or something there. You know, when there are objects in space that are so massive that they literally, like, compress, stretch, and warp the fabric of space and time. And that actually, almost like an object splashing in a pool, it sends waves, it sends shock waves. But the shock waves, instead of being water or like anything like that, it's waves of gravity. It's literally waves of gravity, where, like, almost how you would have, like, a gust of wind on Earth, it would be like that in space. You would experience a sudden gravitational push if you were in the path of one of these. And by that I mean, if you were in the path of a gravity wave, you might just get torn to shreds, because, like, the objects that are making these gravity waves are so huge. And we're so far away from them, from anything else on Earth, that all we get is those tiny little subatomic particles that we can, you know, sort of analyze and see, like, oh shit, something's really happening in the several thousand light years. Damn, that's crazy. Wow. So, you know, physics wasn't really, like, one of my favorite science subjects in school because of how much math it involved. I was never very partial to mathematics. I never really enjoyed it. But, you know, that class was such a formative experience, I think, in the way I viewed scientific endeavors and things like that, the scientific process and all that stuff. And I think, you know, looking back on it, while it was stressful at times, as sometimes I was like, oh my god, this is so much work, I hate math, I think it was good. It was good that I did that. And another funny thing to indirectly come out of that class in high school, is that I never took a chemistry class. You know the classes that they tell you you're required to take in high school? You don't actually have to take them sometimes. You know, in high school, they were they would always tell me that, you know, teachers, administrators, whatever, like, you have to take biology, which I did. I took that in 9th grade. You have to take chemistry, and you have to take one of the physical sciences, which that meant either physics or astronomy. Or earth science. They had, like, a geology, astronomy, chemistry kind of mix class, which I took in 10th grade. But what ended up happening with me is that I took biology in 9th grade, because that's the required class that everybody took in 9th grade. Either that or 10th grade. And then I took Earth Space Science intensified in 10th grade. That was sort of geology, or like astronomy and that sort of thing on a very introductory level. And then in 11th grade, I took physics. And then in 12th grade, I took astronomy. All of which were cool science classes, and I enjoyed them. But never did I take chemistry. And so, you know, everybody who was telling me that I had to take chemistry or I wouldn't graduate was full of shit, because I graduated with like a 3.5 GPA from high school. Or something. I was like, wow, y'all were just lying to me, I guess. Lapis lazuli, yes, I have found what I came for. So it was just a little moment of kind of snarky personal victory for me, I guess, in high school, that I was like, hey, you told me I had to do this thing, and I actually didn't, and I still passed and graduated, so get wrecked, I guess. Apart from the rare instance like that, the rare instance where, you know, I get to go to science class, I'm chilling in science class, having fun with my friends, with my teacher, or we're all doing the science lecture stuff. High school was really not a fun experience. And as much as I think I've talked about my life in college a little bit on stream, maybe not to an actual audience, but talked about it before. As much as college was also in many ways a bad experience for me, you know, I've had a lot of mental health struggle. High school was so unequivocally worse that if I could just replace high school with college, I would in an instant. Elementary school was great. And then, you know, high school was bad. Middle school was even worse than high school. And college, it was like, oh man. From ages 5 to 10, I was in elementary school. And then there was just this big, like, crash where all of a sudden school was horrible. You know? And then it was just like this slow, extremely gradual climb out of that depth of shitty experiences until I got to the end of college, and then finally I like felt an appreciable gain of my life getting better. But in many respects, I think there were certain parts of my life that were at their best in college. I don't think I realized how many friends I had until I left. Got somebody else in the server as well, and they make all PvP. Damn. I decided against joining the server just because reasons. I tend to like when things are more confined to the DMs. If you know, PvP is something else. Post 1.9, I can't stand PvP because the fucking cooldown mechanic. I have to have this data pack that like removes it entirely. I actually know a very easy way of setting up an animal farm where you like don't even need fences. All you need are torches and ladders. I've got my sticks. I'm gonna create some ladders, right? And then in order to make a mob farm, all you need to do 4x4. This is usually as big as I like to make my mob farms, because you don't need them to be that big. You just need them to be big enough for you to have a reliable source of food. The key thing also, just for these mob farms, is that just the one that has the one that's gonna have the sheep is you just want there to be some dirt at the bottom so there can be grass and they can eat the grass, grow their pelts back, and things like that. Grab the ladders, there we go. Very good. But right now, get some torches. There we go. There we go. Get a little splotch of dirt in there. It could be a patch of grass at some point. And then I will, next day, I will go out and take some seeds and some wheat and get some animals for the farm. Oh, wait. Actually, well, I will do that, but first I have to plant the carrots so that I can have a source of those so I can feed those to the piggies. Because I want to use the potatoes for, like, an actual food source for me. I think that'd be good. Kind of imagining a alternate Minecraft reality where, like, stuff still looked like it did in alpha or beta. Then, like, you have the villagers with the pigman face, and the pillagers with the sheep face. Although the villagers in this thing don't have the iconic Squidward face, so. Anyways, I guess really the trick for those guys is to just take them out at a distance and then hold your shield up, you know. Okay, and at the end here will be carrots. It's really convenient to have all these animals so close to the house here. Let's go on in here, and perfect. Sheep, come with me. Right on in here. There you go. Oh, there's a chicken right there. Look at that. And see, with chickens, you only need the one to start a mob farm, because they can lay eggs. You just throw the eggs at a wall endlessly. Mission accomplished. Haha. Hello, my friends. Up in here. And nice. Look who it is. It's me. It's me. It's just me. Why it would be anybody else, I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, hello. Welcome to the stream. Without further delay, let me start playing some music. So, but aside from that, in between the last stream and now, I actually loaded up this world very briefly just to check around to see what all there was that I wanted to do but hadn't done yet. And most of what I wanted to do was just basically get food. Mostly I just wanted to get a sustainable supply of food and like a good amount of food in my inventory, in my storage and whatnot. Maybe gather some wood, maybe gather some cobblestone, something like that. Just basically set myself up with a plentiful amount of resources before I decide to take a break from the Minecraft world and do other things on stream, because again, I'm going to be doing that editing project. You didn't know the difference between regular chests and trap chests until you put the trap chest on a pile of TNT to store more TNT. Yeah, that's the difference. Trap chests emit a redstone signal. And in fact, I remember in the old school days of Minecraft, you couldn't put chests next to each other like this. You actually had to make trap chests. Or I say old school, I mean up until like... definitely before the combat update, you couldn't do that. But you would have to make a trap chest to put the chests next to each other like this. Chicken, come with me. I'm having trouble with just one chicken. You can't, you know, only get eggs so fast. Okay, so I need to bring him around here. Graphic designer, do you need anything? No, I do not. And I have a no solicitation policy in stream. Asking once is fine if you're a new face, but any more than that, and I'm sorry to say, I will, well, you know, I will do the thing that a zero tolerance policy entails. But lest I seem cruel, thank you for the offer. Although again, respectfully, no. In fact, I've talked about this on stream before. I think I'm going to do my own art. In fact, actually, speaking of what's on screen right now, I kind of wanted to do that to the chat. Sorry, you guys are getting shrunk. There you go. Honey, I shrunk the chat. Alright, let's go down in here. Alright, this is where... Yeah. There we go. There's some coal here. Here I am mining coal when that's not really what I'm looking for, but... Wait a minute, I had a better idea. What if I just create a giant, like, strip mine down into the earth? That'd be cool. Like a 4x4. I need a bunch of ladders, but, you know, it's doable. That'd be actually a great source of blocks. Holy shit. Can't believe I didn't realize that sooner. Let's see. I have the animal farms right there. What if I made the strip mine just like over here? Like here. Let me make some ladders to start out with. I will put those ladders here. And god dang it, it is becoming nighttime already. I'll have to keep making ladders periodically, but I think that's okay. We'll light up this here mine. Got some granite here. Granite, okay. Granite and andesite and diorite all look so much better in this texture pack that I'm using, this resource pack, than they do in vanilla Minecraft. You know, they just look so rough. And in this, they actually made it kind of look like smooth stone. Like, look at that. You can clearly see that there's a similar texture there. Get some more granite, I guess. I don't know, you know, I don't know a whole lot of cool uses for these kinds of stone. Maybe maybe I'll use them in the construction of one of my houses or something. When I get around to making even more vacation houses. That'd be cool. What? Okay. Is it? Oh, god dang it. Underwater cave system. That's frustrating. Well, anyways. That's actually cool because there's water at the bottom of this, so I can, if I jump down here. Gotta go, you'll watch me next time? That's alright. See ya. Have a good one. Yeah, okay. Random hole that I've dug in the earth. I wanted to make a pumpkin pie, I think. That'd be cool. How do you do that? You need pumpkin, right? You need a pumpkin, which I have one, and you need sugar. Here, hold on. Aha! Okay, just an egg, a pumpkin, and a sugar. Look at that. Wait! Oh, dude. Alright, I'm gonna make this pumpkin pie. And then... Wait. Right, I'm dumb. I need to turn this into sugar first. Yeah! And then... I'm gonna go get some pumpkins and make a pumpkin farm so I can have an infinite source of pumpkin pie. Holy shit, I'm a genius. I will, in fact, get 2 pumpkins so I can have 8 pumpkin seeds. And I have that farm there. Maybe I'll make the pumpkin farm up here. Watch, I'm gonna go, like... Because I think both of these have to be dirt. Like, the pumpkins have to grow onto dirt in order for this to work. Alright, so I have a strip of dirt like that. Get own chicken. Haha, give me the raw meat. And then I'll have water here. There we go. Move some water from here. And then infinite source block mode activate. Nice. Oh, I forgot to get the wooden hoe from inside. Let me do that. Dude, it's so nice making like a wooden hoe for a farm, because like you really don't need that much of like a tool upgrade to be able to do this stuff. Let me also light this up. And here. There we go. Okay, so I have them in the correct configuration there. I remember in older versions of Minecraft, if you see the seeds are facing that way, you would have to have the block it would then grow onto in that direction. But now in the new version, what happens is that the stalk grows, from which you would get a pumpkin or a melon, And then once it's time for the fruit to place, if it like rolls a certain chance for the fruit to place, the thing, it'll check in each direction if there's an open block for it to put the fruit. And if one of those blocks is open, it'll put the fruit there. So it can be on any side, which is nice. You know what? I'm gonna make enough paper now to get a map going, so then I could use the rest of the sugarcane for just plain old sugar. Let's see. For a map, you need here, Minecraft map zoom levels 4 times, maximum of 4 times. So I need that much to create a map, and then 4 times 8 is 32. So I need that much paper. And there we go. Let me go get this Enderman. Enderman, I am sorry, but I need your block of grass. Yes! In a rare instance, the grass is what I wanted, and not the ender pearl. Light blue flower. I love this color. What else? What does this make? Light gray? Maybe not. Maybe not right now. An Enderman with another grass block. Yes. Enderman, come here. Yeah! I'll just put that there. Man, potatoes are such a good source of food in this game. They are in real life, too. Potatoes are actually, in real life, what's known as a superfood. Which is, they like... You can subsist and survive from almost just eating potatoes. It won't be the most healthy thing, but you won't, like, have a completely shitty life. And they're also, another thing about potatoes, they're super easy to grow. They are very hardy crops. You know, they can survive in very stringent conditions. That's part of why that's why they're so widespread. In fact, the pre-contact Mesoamericans had potatoes that they farmed on the mountainside. There was a pretty significant limit to what they could do in terms of agriculture, farming, and animal husbandry and stuff. But they did have, they had llamas and alpacas, which were actually good, lived, their natural habitat was at various high altitudes, like above sea level, so that worked to their advantage. But then also, potatoes could grow basically anywhere, and so while a lot of other stuff might not be as easy to manage on a farm, you could just have your potatoes growing, and then, you know, that would be a steady source of food. And of course, because it was on a mountainside, oftentimes they did do some terrace farming. They had to sort of artificially create a flat landscape where none yet existed. And then post-contact, everybody in Europe started growing potatoes, because holy shit. And that was actually, potatoes were actually, believe it or not, responsible for one or even more population booms in Europe, but also more broadly in the whole world. Which to me is a very fascinating subject. Make 2 more axes. Look at that. Look at that. God, I'm so glad I found this data pack that removes cooldown. This makes combat so much more fun. You just go around whacking shit with an axe that does 9 damage. Enderman, where are you? Oh, there's a witch. Oh, there's an Enderman over there. I just gotta wait for him to pick something up. Does he have something? He does. A block of grass. Yes! Look, here, excuse me.
Better ingredients. Pizza. Papa John's
Papa John's. Well,
Better pizza.
I think that's a good note to end the music on. Stream is done for today, and that is the last Minecraft live stream for the survival world for quite some time. I guess now I will find somebody to raid. Let's see who's live. Ooh, IBDW's live. Let's go say hi to IBDW. All right, so that's been the last Minecraft stream for a while. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm definitely going to be working on that bigger project, and I'll see you later. Hello, editing Y2K here again for one last time. Just to say a few things to cap off this 6-part series. This project ended up being so much more of an undertaking than I ever thought it would be when I first thought of it. But here we are almost a year later, and I'm finally finished editing things. In fact, I'll let you in on a dirty secret. This is being recorded on the same day that part 3 of the series is being uploaded to YouTube, so I'm really cutting it close here. I had several moments of what I could only describe as divine shitpost inspiration, if you will. But also throughout 2023, I hit a lot of patches of burnout while working on this. I started this project with Adobe Premiere Rush, the free version, and at one point while I was working on one of the parts of the series, I forget which one it was, probably part 3 or 4. The program crashed my entire operating system, blue screen of death and everything. And when I opened it back up, I had lost several weeks of editing progress. I was a good a third to a half done with the video that I was working on, and it was just deleted as if it had never been there at all. Even though by all rights it should have been there, because Adobe Rush auto saves your project every time you make an edit. Regardless, this had me immensely frustrated, and it planted the seed for me to eventually, in time to work on parts 5 and 6, ditch Adobe Premiere Rush for the much more stable and robust DaVinci Resolve, still the free version, which took some time to get used to. That impacted things as well. In fact, this project has taken long enough that when I went back and rewatched the first couple parts of the series, I cringed at myself, as we all have at our past selves, I suppose. But if anything, that's an indication of my most positive takeaway from this whole experience, being that this was a huge learning experience. Part of the reason that this took so long is that in addition to various, burnouts and technical hiccups, I didn't pre-plan this very well. My initial method was just kind of to go through and pick the moments that were most relevant to the progression of the world, which led to me getting very easily lost in the more than 28 hours of assorted footage. It was only in editing the last 2 streams, which would be the last 4 hours of footage, that I realized a better method would be just to skip to the end of the stream, the end of each stream, and review, okay, what's here that wasn't there at the start of the stream? Or at the start of this particular stream or this segment or whatever, and sort of center my editing a little bit more like that. But now I know what I know, and I consider myself, my video editing skills, and both my YouTube and Twitch channels all the better for it. So, thank you for watching. Please follow, subscribe, etc. Support the channels in any way that you can, and I will see you all next time.